So welcome to another edition of the Making Love Songs podcast. I'm Dotun Adebayo.
And I'm Carroll Thompson.
And what we do on this podcast is try and look at a well-known romantic song, a love song if you like, and try to sort of take it apart and put it together again and to understand what it's really about, so that some of you lovers out there know what you're doing when you're making love. Songs.
Songs. No, yeah, that's quite interesting.
What do you think I was talking about?
I was just waiting you to finish your sentence.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm sort of what's the word? Considerate that way.
So today we are looking at Paul McCartney's big hit, I suppose, the Beatles, obviously. But you know, I'm always taken by the fact that you know, John Lennon would look at him and say, yeah, yesterday was the only thing that you managed to do, you know. All you managed to do was yesterday. Yesterday, you know, you're not doing anything nowadays. And
what a song it is.
Yeah.
You know, if that's all you've managed to do, that's an achievement in itself.
This
is the biggest and most covered love song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Song, yeah. Yesterday, yeah.
See, I didn't even used to see it as a love song. I always look at it as a philosophical song about, you know, today I am man, yesterday I was only a boy.
Yeah, that's true.
And tomorrow I'll be dead. You know, that kind of
I remember being in Japan and hearing this song in the lift and being in another country, maybe in America or something, and hearing it even just as pipe music. It's just one of those songs. I remember somewhere really strange, and somebody was singing it in another language, and it's I think it was like Thailand or something. It's one of those songs, Dotun. It's
one of those songs that resonates about the human condition, because we all know how time moves, and time is repeatedly a motif of songwriters, because they know that. I mean, you've even done a song called Yesterday, haven't you?
I have.
How did yours go?
Yesterday I was hard as stone. Yesterday I had a home. Yesterday I didn't question why. But today I just sit down and cry.
And did you sing it like that?
Those are the words, Dotun.
Oh, right, okay. I was wondering how you sang it.
How does it went? Yesterday I was hard as stone. Yesterday I had a home. Yesterday I did not question why, but today I just sit down and cry.
Because you're not hard as stone anymore.
I'm all mush.
And you've lost your home.
Lost everything.
And you're wondering why. You're questioning why.
Why?
Now.
What happened? Love did that to me.
Yeah, but it is that juxtaposition. But nothing to do with me. May I hasten?
No, that's true.
Right. Okay. So it is that juxtaposition between yesterday and today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know,
what a difference a day makes. 24 little hours.
It does. And one of the motifs in Macbeth by Shakespeare, I'm sorry to always bring it back
you love
to
Shakespeare.
But he's the original poet, isn't he? He's the original singer of songs. He's the original singer-songwriter, is the way that I like to look at him. And the motif in Macbeth, when he realizes that what he has done, the terrible things that he's done, will live on forever, he says, and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
Yeah,
that is what's to come. Yesterday is what's gone. Today is really the position of the songwriter. The story that when a songwriter writes about yesterday, they're always writing about it from the position of today, so they can look back on yesterday, or they can, you know, juxtapose forward till tomorrow. But they do it so we're thinking about.
He doesn't go into tomorrow though. He's definitely in the moment of reflection, of right now, looking backwards at what has occurred. So he's not saying tomorrow I'm going to do this. He's saying right now, this is how I'm looking at my life.
This is where I am.
Looking back at yesterday and remembering, you know, his first line is, yesterday all my troubles seemed so far away. And I think that's what captures people straight away, you know, that yesterday always seems sweeter, doesn't it? Yesterday is always like innocence your teenage years or whatever, or your idea of a dream and what your life would be. So yesterday, all my troubles, all the problems that he's having right now.
So he did have problems yesterday as well.
All my troubles seem so far away.
But it sounds like he had problems yesterday, nevertheless. Or is he saying, oh, I've got problems today, but yesterday they seemed so far away?
Well, yesterday, yeah. I mean, it's interesting because you can look back and say, yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away, because I didn't have a clue that I would have as many troubles or be in this position that I am today. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away, because yesterday is like, it's like a panacea of happiness and joy, compared to the troubles, the little troubles I had then are nothing compared to the troubles I have now.
I can see it both ways. I can see that, okay, the troubles I have today, yesterday they seemed a million miles away. I wasn't even thinking about them yesterday because they were a million miles away. But the way I initially interpreted it was, I had troubles yesterday, but I was having such a good time that they seemed so far away.
Yeah.
Even though there were troubles, I put them to the back of my mind, because I was having such a great time. I wasn't even thinking about them.
That's the point I'm trying to make. That's what I'm thinking, that the troubles that you had then, what you thought were troubles, are nothing compared to the troubles you're having today. So now it looks as though all my troubles are here to stay. It's like I can't even work out how to deal with the depth of problems I have right now, because yesterday was so beautiful. Yesterday was rose-colored. I was looking with rose-colored glasses. Yesterday was like full of stardust, and it was so dreamy.
You still had troubles. So
yesterday's romantic. Today is like heartbreak.
Yeah, we're coming on to the heartbreak, but I still wouldn't look back at yesterday as being that wonderful if the troubles were still there. You see, I think yesterday has got to be a kind of a philosophical yesterday, not a literal yesterday. That if it was yesterday and you had troubles, we all have troubles.
Yeah.
And either you were naive in thinking, oh right, I can put my troubles away now because I'm having such a great time. That's a certain kind of naivety about it, which takes away from how profound the idea that today everything's come crashing down takes it away. Because you're just saying, well, you're an idiot. If you thought your troubles were far away, no, troubles don't go away. When you've got troubles, they're still there. You may fall in love, but your troubles still got to be there at the back of your mind all the time. And if you believe for a moment that, oh, just because you're having a great time that they've disappeared, well, you're so naive, and that weakens the. Then it makes it look as if he's a soppy little, moaner that's going on. Oh, yesterday I was happy in my blissful ignorance yesterday.
Maybe he was. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Yeah. That's what he says. He goes, I believe in how life was yesterday, because today all my troubles seem as though they're here to stay. Yeah. Right. So yesterday it was great, and today it's not. And a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people look back and think, oh wow, life was so easy then. They'd come and drop the milk at the door. Everything was very straightforward. Whereas now everything's so complicated.
It wouldn't have the global appeal that it's got if it was like that. If it was like yesterday, because wherever you go all over the world, you hear this song and it resonates with people, like you said. But not everybody will have a literal yesterday where their troubles seem so far away.
I think a lot of people, when you say yesterday, and depend on which part of your yesterdays were your time of bliss or your time of ignorance even, or whatever, but everybody can look back and say, there was a time yesterday when I had the most fun. There was a time yesterday when I was so deeply in love, or there was a time yesterday where I experienced my first holiday or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Everybody has a yesterday that is so profound and resonates, so everybody's yesterday is different, and everyone finds that point in yesterday that makes them realize that even though they might have had a problem, it's nothing compared to maybe the angst that they're having today, you know. And that's how I see it. That's why
I don't quite.
I feel that's why the whole world sings this song, because everyone has their own yesterday.
Yeah, I think that in sort of, again, when you talk about the human condition, you have to sort of say, look, you think you've got troubles now, or you thought you had troubles yesterday. Well, you got real troubles now.
Right.
You know, that today, or whatever situation you are in, when you're in deep doo-doo, you always think, God, I thought I was in trouble yesterday, but no, this is real doo-doo now.
Yeah,
this is real.
Well, are we not saying the same thing?
Yeah.
I'm not saying
fair enough.
Yeah.
But the second verse,
right,
or the second half of the first verse, really, as I see it,
moves quite quickly. This song. Yeah.
He says, suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. It suddenly becomes ominous there, doesn't it? Well, hang on, what's happened? That one moment ago you were just saying your trouble seems so far away. Suddenly now it's away from the troubles as the object of your problems. Now you're talking about you personally, that you're the subject. Suddenly you're not half the man you used to be. That's a huge leap from the trouble seeming so far away. Now it's about you suddenly, and there's a shadow hanging over you. A shadow hanging. Oh, yesterday came suddenly.
Yeah.
What does he mean? Oh, yesterday came suddenly.
Well, yesterday was over there, and the ending of yesterday is the beginning of today.
Yeah.
Right. So
yesterday ended suddenly.
Yeah.
But he says yesterday came suddenly.
Yeah. Well, you know, I believe that's what he means.
Yeah, but why did he not say what he meant?
I don't know. Yesterday came suddenly. Yeah. See, yesterday, you can only have yesterday when you enter into today. Right, so yesterday came suddenly because today has now appeared.
No, I don't think you can only have yesterday when it's today, because yesterday
it's
can
the past.
Yeah, so whenever it is. I mean, yesterday, as in literally yesterday, is just past. One day.
But it's still the past.
But
because it's like yesterday. Once you turn a corner, once you turn a corner, you are now in today. Right, and then whatever happened 2 minutes ago is now yesterday, or you know, so or the day, the night turns. So
this is why I say it's a philosophical thing.
It is a philosophical thing. It's very deep.
It's about yesterday.
It's about the dreams. It's about whatever was happening before. Whether 24 hours ago we were an item, and 24, and then a day later we are no longer an item. So it's like what the difference 24 hours make. It's that kind of thing. It's as elusive as that, you know. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. It means like all my dreams, or the way I was living my life, or how I lived my life, the reality of today means that all of that becomes yesterday. Whereas if nothing had happened, you wouldn't be thinking about yesterday, because it would be a continuation of this greatness or this happiness. But the happiness has ended. So that happy state now becomes what happened yesterday, because today is a brand new situation. Why? He says here, suddenly. It's like yesterday came suddenly, because all of a sudden the life I once had has gone, and I'm now half the man I used to be. There's this shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Like the end of my dreams came suddenly, because everything that was great was in yesterday. That's how I see it.
The clever thing about these two verses, or these first 6 lines, is that you're sitting there wondering what has happened to him. We want to know. Suddenly again,
it's a good line.
The difference between yesterday and today is irrelevant, because actually we're saying, okay, you told us the preamble now. You know, it's like somebody up, you know, in front of a judge, and it's, oh my goodness, you know, I'm so sorry. Look, yesterday, I can't believe what's happening. You're like, yeah, okay, tell us what's happened. What has happened? Why are you going on? Why are you moaning on about yesterday? What's the difference between yesterday and today?
Well, he does
what
get
is
to
it that's happened?
He gets
I
to
know
it.
He gets to it now, but I'm saying the clever thing about those first 6 lines is it wants you, like a great writer, wants you to keep reading.
Yeah.
So what a writer does is make sure, whether he leaves a cliffhanger or he just puts something near the beginning for you to say, "Oh right, I want to know"?
I think you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. What he does in those first 6 lines is transports you into a place of an uncertainty and being melancholy. It really sends you right back to having to wistfully think about a time that was a lot easier, a time called yesterday, when all my troubles were so far away.
Yeah,
and very clever.
But that's
very
poetic.
It is.
It's not literal, and it's still, because it's subjective. You're asking, okay, what has happened to this man?
Yeah.
And particularly, he has to say, "I'm not half the man I used to be." Although, how would you do it? You'd say, "I'm not half the woman."
I'm not half the gal.
Is that what you've done?
Yeah.
That's what you've done in your interpretation.
I'm not half the girl I used to be.
Okay.
So it's a personal for me.
Yeah, that doesn't resonate like man, like man.
Yes, it does.
Well, because half
I'd
the
have
man...
to say suddenly, he's not half the man he is. I'm not. I can't say suddenly. I'm not. I can't say I'm not half the man.
No, but why can't you say I'm not half the woman I used to be?
I'm not half, because of the too many syllables.
Yeah, but you have to squeeze it in somehow.
No, I just said girl, half the girl.
Or half the...
half the female.
Yeah, half the mum I used to be. Half the mum.
Half the person.
Yeah.
No,
anyway,
I did it. I managed to squeeze it
because
in.
Half the girl you used to be, half the man you used to be is like you're a boy then, okay. But half the girl you used
half
to be,
the woman I used to be.
That would be fine. You could have done it like that.
I could have.
I thought you just said it was too many syllables.
Yeah, well, no, when you sort of play around with the rhythm a little bit, I could have done that.
Yeah, but you chose not to.
I didn't actually. I just kept the syllables exactly the same as originally.
But you chose not to, though.
I chose not to.
Right, okay. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing your version of it, because Paul McCartney does a pretty good version.
Yeah.
And he does it as a ballad.
Yes,
he does it as a complete ballad.
I stripped it right back as well.
And it isn't... From what I've heard of it, and I've only heard a little bit from outside the studio, but what I heard was something that sounded a little... You had a kind of an organ, one of those little organs on it.
Yeah.
Was it a little bit like Many Rivers to Cross kind of organ?
Yeah, it's kind of I took it down that road, but I'm not going to give too much away. Let people hear it.
I know. I'm just asking a question, just trying to figure out why this part of what we do here at the Making Love Songs podcast is to try and figure out how you're going to interpret the song and if it'll be any different. Okay, let's leave that to one side. So we've been waiting to find out what's happened to this man, and he said, "I'm not half the man I used to be," and that makes us more intrigued as to what happens. Then it's your old standard heartbreak in the third verse, and now he really does moan. Why did she have to go?
I don't know.
We've heard this a million times. We haven't heard the first 2 paras many times. Yesterday, I'm not half the man I used to be. Apart from, like I say, in Shakespeare's Macbeth, and that was more tomorrow, and tomorrow. But why did she have to go? I don't know.
She didn't say. She wouldn't say.
Oh, so you asked her.
Not even though she didn't. It wasn't as though she left and not said a word.
Yeah.
She wouldn't even tell the man
but
why she was going.
But he knows why she's going, because he said something wrong, and now he wishes for yesterday. He put his foot in it, and so she's packed up. He's shown who he was. So he's not half the man he used to be. The man he used to be was probably not really who he was, because he's put his foot in it by being a little bit too frank about who he said really
why
is.
She had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say.
No.
I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday.
You may as well keep longing for yesterday.
She's not coming back, is she?
You may be longing for the man. You see, this is the issue now. But why are you sad for him?
I'm sad for him.
Why are you sad for him?
Because he seems very lost. Because he's half the man.
Of course, he's lost. He's gone and exposed himself.
But he said something wrong.
Yeah, exactly, and that is real, isn't it? What you said was you. When we hold back, that's not us, and then but from a man's perspective,
I'm trying to work out what could he have said that was so detrimental.
I'm not even trying to work that out.
Not that she would just pack up and leave.
He might have said
they couldn't even work it out.
He might have said, I'm a Tory voter, and she was a socialist, and so she said stuff it. So whatever he was, he pretended to be one thing, or he didn't hold himself back. This is a lesson to everybody, to hold what you less is more.
Okay.
Less is more. If you want to be put on a pedestal as double the man that you really are, then make sure you don't say things that are going to kick you off that pedestal.
They're going to expose you.
Yeah, but he knows what he said.
Because he goes on to say that yesterday, love was such an easy game to play.
It's a game, you see.
Now I need a place to hide away.
Of course you do.
Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Yeah, you need a place to hide away because you put your foot in it and you're embarrassed now. Love was an easy game to play when you don't tell the truth, when you just pretend.
So he was playing a game with this woman.
I know he's not playing a game.
So what was he was pretending to be something that he wasn't?
No, it's just in love. You portray yourself in the way that you know the other person would like. You know, you don't fart in the bedroom if you think the other person is. It's true. Why are you laughing? No, but if you think the other person's going to be disgusted by that, you get up, go to the bathroom, make your sound, and then come back. Or wait for a few moments, actually, after you've made your sound.
Let's raise the tone. All right, so...
but
what I'm saying is that...
Apologies.
Yes, apologies. I apologise on his behalf. I apologise
on your behalf as well. On my behalf, on your behalf. Yeah.
But he's half the man he used to be. He said something wrong, and he says why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. Then he says, I said something wrong. So he's saying, maybe I said something wrong.
He's not saying maybe.
But maybe that's what he should say.
No, but he's not saying
something wrong. He's saying, I obviously said something wrong.
I said something wrong.
Yeah, he said, he's not saying the whole thing, I obviously said something wrong.
Carroll.
He's saying, even the way he sings it, he goes, I said something wrong, now I know. So he knows that he said something wrong.
I see that.
So in the way that he actually says it, it's not like I said something wrong. He says, I said something wrong, now I love you. So he's not even sure. The poor man is not even sure where he put his foot wrong. He's not sure what he said that was wrong.
Right. I do guess
and she's
you're right.
gone. So he's saying yesterday life seemed like such an easy game to play, but now I need a place to hide away, to go and work it all out in my head. How do I communicate with the opposite sex? Because I obviously have got it wrong, right?
Yeah.
You know, so here's somebody who's lamenting over somebody that he really cares about. He's put his foot in his mouth or put his foot in the wrong place, and he's trying to work out, you know, what is this game called love? Because yesterday I was just, it was all bed of roses and I was singing and dancing through the tulips, and now...
The important part about this, yesterday, love was such an easy game to play, is that it refers back to the opening stanza, yesterday all my troubles seem so far away.
Yeah.
Most writers would have gone, yesterday all my troubles seem so far away, love was such an easy game to play.
Yeah.
I believe in yesterday. You see, most people would have gone like that. But if he had done that, then it would have taken away the mystery of, now it looks as though they're here to stay. Yesterday all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks like they're here to stay.
It's more painful.
He's intentionally
it's painful. It's a lot more painful doing it this way.
He's intentionally trying to suspend.
What it does is it ekes out and brings out all the emotion through these lyrics. Because as you say, if he just put yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away, it was such an easy game to play. It's not quite the same as saying yesterday all my troubles seem so far away, now it looks as though they're here to stay. Now it looks, even as they say now it looks like, I'm not even sure, I'm kind of in this position where, wow, I don't know how to get out of this thing. So it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, but what I was trying to say was he suspends the narrative at the beginning intentionally, so he doesn't tell us that this is about love. He doesn't tell us about love was easy to play. You know, he keeps on the narrative of the sort of like human condition understanding of yesterday being a sort of a philosophical concept, but then by the time he gets to why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. And I take your point that I said something wrong can be read as, you know, did I say something wrong? Did I say in parenthesis, and then although my thought initially was you clearly did say something wrong and you know it, but maybe not. Maybe that's
I
for
don't
us
think
to
so.
ponder
Yeah,
on.
I think he's asking a question,
but
he's not. He doesn't. It's not written as a question. But when he sings it, you can kind of hear the question.
I'm not sure about that needing a place to hide away as well. I think the song could have done without that line, to be honest. That's the one line that I would look and say.
No, I think he does. He needs to go away and really think about what happened and try and work it out.
If you'd taken that line out of the song, would it have been any weaker? Would it have lost the message? Would anything have been different in that song if you took that line out? Now I need a place to hide away.
No, I think it's a strong line.
Why?
I think I need a place to hide. I need to regroup. I need to go away. I need to think. I need to meditate. I need to go and hide away and think about this thing very clearly, because that's how devastated he's feeling about saying something wrong and she's going away.
What about I Believe in Yesterday? What's that? What's that about?
Well, I believe that yesterday I was in a better place than I am today.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hear your version of it then. You believe in yesterday, don't you?
I do, totally.
Okay. Well, let's find out if we believe in your yesterday.
Thank you. Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the girl I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why he had to go, I don't know. He didn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Oh, yesterday. Life was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place just to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why he had to go, I don't know. He didn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Oh, yesterday. Life was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place just to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday.